Welcome to another episode of Speed Drawing with Shin Gundam. This is actually, I'm trying to do this on time. There's like a little challenge. I'm trying to see if I can get this done. Deadline is today. It's 11:18. And my objective is to turn this in before midnight, of course. Which theoretically I should be able to do. And this video should take no longer than 15 minutes tops. And it's not. I'm sure it's not. Now, what I'm doing right now, I'm trying to make a mashup. I'm trying to draw my Predator Mewtwo. And I chose that because Mewtwo kind of looks like the Predator. He has kind of like the same form. At least the facial structure. The real difference is, of course, the lower body structure and other stuff. I was also thinking of making a Dragon Ball Z mashup. Simply because, well, if you look at Mewtwo, Mega Mewtwo, they have a very strong resemblance to the Friezas, that race. If you follow Dragon Ball Z, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. They even have the same color scheme, so to speak. Now the problem with speed drawing, of course, is, as with anything, if you do anything fast, you tend to lose some details. It's not that I'm incapable of details. For those in those art forums, you will see my detailed work. But of course, in the Pokemon forums, you won't, because, well, for the most part, Pokemon don't really have a lot of details on them. They're very simple creatures, nothing complex. Even the most complex, you can name it, and you can name the Alga or Arceus, even the most complicated Pokemon forms, they're still pretty much basic. So I actually even thought about doing Greninja, but it's too late now. I'll just do Mewtwo. Well, this version of Mew, like I said, it's going to be a collab with, it's going to be a mix between the Predator. If you're not familiar with Predator, it's basically a space creature who hunts anything. And that's basically they're bred and born to kill and hunt, and that's what they do. So they hunt people, aliens, you name it. And that's why they have Aliens vs. Predator. Also, they're part of a video game series. The contest about video game characters. Whether this is invalid or not, it doesn't matter. I just kind of thought it would be pretty fun to create a creature like this. Because after all, Mewtwo is in a video game. And the Predator himself is in a lot of multiple video games. So technically he is a video game character, even if I did combine them, per se. Now, drawing, the drawing part is relatively easy. It's fleshing it out, giving it depth and definition. That's the one that takes time. Anybody who draws would know this. Also, you have to plan it too on what you're going to do. It doesn't matter how simple it is. It doesn't matter how simple what you're going to draw. You have to plan it out. And you have to accept whether you're going to make mistakes or not. It's part of art. And like I tell everybody, even the ones that I teach, as far as art is concerned. There are no real mistakes anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Just keep on trucking, just finish it. And that's with anything, whether it's life in general, art, video games, whether you screw up or not. The only real way to go is forward, not straight, forward. Now for some of you, I mean, if you have any like suggestions or anything like that, feel free to reply in comments, or if you have any tips, I'm more than welcome to take them, good or bad. I'm not sure if you can see what's happening right here. Everything's starting to flesh out, so to speak. Predator's a pretty popular guy, so I really don't think an explanation is needed or anything like that. You guys already know who he is for the most part. And like I said, the drawing aspect of it doesn't take that long. It's the fleshing out part that does. So as you can see, you can see the details now. I'm just adding them in, and then we're going to enhance them later on. That's another thing. If you're like in the middle of doing some form of art like this one, if by chance you change your mind, like I just did just now, I decided to change the armor plating. I was gonna make it rough, but now I decided to make it kind of like have a black metal finish instead of rather like a beat and battered look. That's last second change, literally, and I thought I would represent the character more. So it has some form of like a black melt finish, and that's the effect I'm after. Which means I have to change a few things now. Like those dots on the shoulder pad, they were supposed to be black, but since it's going to be a black armor finish, they're going to be white now. And that's essentially how you represent black metal. And since the metal is black, now we probably have to make the helmet black, which would be a challenge because I didn't plan on it. Now at this point I'm not quite sure if this plan will work or not, meaning if turning his armor into black metal would work for me or not. I don't know. That's why art is basically, everything's experimental. You don't know unless you try, and usually by that time it's either too late. So either way, you do have to make that leap. Sometimes it's worth it, sometimes it's not. I learned my black metal technique from Kevin Long, and again, Kevin Long is he's a master illustrator of Robotech. He's probably the best